This is Contra Radio Network, internet radio for the discerning prepper and patriot.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Life is unpredictable, but you can count on Valley Food Storage to help you and your family prepare. With clean, natural, great-tasting, and long-lasting food storage, with our natural and nutritious freeze-dried food, you'll be storing the food you love to eat. Log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com and click on the Valley Food Storage banner.
Welcome to the Jeffers Brief, only on Contra Radio Network.
Hey, you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, we saw groups of Chinese people buying, looking for masks everywhere. We went to 24 stores, everybody's being sold out. They all said the same thing. The Chinese.
It's interesting you're saying that. I just talked to one of my former coworkers. She's got a sister out in California, and she said that she was in the mall yesterday. Every Asiatic person she saw had a mask on. Amazon's got them, but you need something for the plane, I imagine. That's what you're looking for. And Korea's probably not going to be any better.
Yeah. Even Amazon's going to run out.
They will eventually. They're already starting to.
Yeah, I just got off Amazon, and there's some that they're sold out. But
so what's going on in Thailand? How many people are infected in Thailand?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Because I talked to one of the pharmacists. He lives in New Jersey. He's been in New Jersey since he was 12, he said.
Yeah.
And we had a good conversation about things. He comes to Thailand every year, and this is the time to go. And he just said, and the pharmacy where we were at is his parents, so it's it's a family thing, I guess, medical.
Yeah.
He has a pharmacy in the United States in New Jersey, and he does a lot of international business and U.S. business, not just in the store.
All right.
And he said that a lot of people are just, all those places are just being sold out. Luckily, we got lucky and bought what we got, because we got how many is in a box? How many is that in a box? Wait, didn't he say there was 10 packs in a box? Anyways, we got about 2 or 3 dozen. Probably 3 dozen for us, and another 2 dozen for her mom. The 3-ply surgical masks.
All right, those surgical masks aren't going to work.
No, but they're better than nothing in a pinch.
True. If there's nothing else, surgical masks aren't going to stop the virus. The N95 and N99 filters are supposed to stop that. Catch the
right,
catch it.
And we're lucky because we've got the last 10 of the N95
Good.
that we could find. We had to fight because there was another Chinese group in there buying them, and if we weren't in there, they would have got the 10 that we bought.
They're probably sending them back home because China last night, they're running out of medical resources. It's a lot worse than what they're saying. This morning on Varney and Company, he had two of his investment guys he has on all the time. Both of them said without equivocation, the Chinese government is lying about how bad it is.
I have no doubt. I really have no doubt. Because, I mean, it's not like they had never done it before.
Well,
so,
exactly. And
they got a history.
Yes, they do. I've got videos posted that show that the virus is mutating as it spreads. Now before they didn't have victims coughing up blood. Now they are. So it's mutating as it spreads.
Yeah, that's very violent.
That's bad. That's really bad news. I don't think they
I
can.
tried.
I don't think
I'm sorry,
control, Terry, I don't think they can control it. The only way you can control, and as bad as this is going to sound, I think the way you can control is you have to kill the host, and then burn the bodies. I mean, as bad as it sounds, this is not good. And the American media, Terry, all they're focused on now is Kobe Bryant's death. Sad as it is, who cares? People died yesterday. A lot of people did.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so tired of people crying and carrying on. It's like, knock it off.
That and impeachment.
That's all they're obsessed over. Now I did hear this. The British government asked permission to get to Wuhan to fly their citizens out. The Chinese government said no. Nobody's leaving. The Americans got permission, and the thing of it is,
wait a minute, they closed Wuhan.
Yeah, it's all closed off. They had to get permission to fly in. They told the British government, no, you cannot fly in to get your people. The Americans got permission Saturday. The flight should arrive today, Monday. But the problem is this. There's 273 seats and 1,000 people. Not enough lifeboats. Sound familiar?
Because the last report that I was finding here was that the airport was still running. You know, they still had lots of flights, dozens of flights leaving Wuhan, the international airport.
Well, they closed it. They closed it down, my friend. You said you couldn't get any flights booked, so you have to go through Korea?
Because when we first booked this thing back in September, the wife planned on, okay, we'll stay for 19-hour. They gave us a 19-hour layover option, and we'll just spend a full day. It's like, what time did we get in Korea? What time?
6 p.m. 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Oh, good God.
So it'll be like 19 hours of shopping, this and that, have a good day. It's like a day in Korea, and then we get back on the plane. And but that was long before this thing happened, you know. Right. And I've been tried to reschedule and just say, look, is there any way we could just have a connecting flight and just continue straight on?
Right.
Maybe 1 or 2 hour delay, whatever, right. But get back on another plane? Nope. Nothing available.
Anything available coming out direct out of Thailand?
Yeah, they're flying. Yeah, because we're leaving Thailand on the 3rd.
But you can't get out of there any earlier. Is that right?
And we're in northern Thailand. We're not in Bangkok.
Oh, how long does it take you to get to Bangkok?
No, we're if you want to drive, it takes like what 8-9 hours to Bangkok. At least 8 or 9 hours to drive.
So you're gonna take what a little regional jet from northern Thailand to Bangkok, or?
No, we're flying from the international airport here in Chiang Mai up north.
Oh, okay, all right. So you don't have to go to Bangkok at all.
No.
You know, it might be a good idea to drive into Bangkok, see if you can get masked there. It's a bigger city.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the exact same story. Because
it might be.
Unless you could find a warehouse that was storing them because they're a supplier for 3M. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
I mean, or you're a hospital. And I'm sure that the military and the hospitals are keeping their reserves.
Yeah, probably. Now they did. I did post video last night. They have armed Chinese soldiers already at the quarantine checkpoints and in full hazmat gear. This
Oh,
is
I saw a video. I saw a video where they got one Chinese town. I don't know if it's a village or a town or whatever, but they are literally blocking off all the roads.
yes,
No one is allowed in or out because they said we're just blocking ourselves off. They're self-quarantining themselves.
they have to.
They weren't told to by the government. They were just like, you know what? We're just cutting everybody off. We're fuck this. And they are literally throwing rocks and building huge amounts of dirt, all kinds of whatever, and they're making a full physical barriers across all the roads. They showed like about 6 or 8 different roadways that lead in and out of that town, and I was like, ooh, they're serious. I mean,
They're
one
very-
one image was an actual cement, an actual cinder block wall, about 3 cinder blocks high.
I believe it.
Proper has made tactical gear with a purpose for over 50 years, since their first U.S. Navy contract in 1967. Today, Proper designs and manufactures professional-level tactical apparel and gear for military, law enforcement, and public safety professionals and civilians, whether in the service, on the job, or off for the weekend. Log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com and click on the Proper banner now.
Black Metal Firearms are a couple guys I know personally and friends of mine that put together some great accessories for all your firearms needs. Everything that I've seen them do is just top-notch and very nice looking. BlackMetalFirearms.com. Check them out. I think you'll be glad you did. Go to Facebook, Black Metal Firearms. They got a great page there too. Learn more about the workmanship and the craftsmanship they put into every accessory and every build they do.
Today, the stock market is down 1.5% already, like 400 points, and they say expect another 3 to 5% drop because they can't. The rest of the world is starting to figure it out that they can't control it. They're trying,
Well,
but the thing is, they also know the government's lying about the.
Think of all that
numbers.
trade.
Oh, yeah.
Think of all that trade that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It is not. And any ships that are on the high seas, you're not going to be allowed to offload anything once they get to port. So
And somewhere, I can't remember where it was, Korea or China. But if you do not have a mask on
uh-huh.
while you're in the street, then you will not be allowed in any of the public places like a restaurant, a hotel, a business of any kind. I mean, going to somebody's house, that's their business. But
Right.
businesses are saying, if we catch that you're not wearing masks when you're out on the street, we're not gonna let you in.
That's fair. Well, that reminds me, before I forget, your N95 and N99 filters will last a minimum of 60 hours to a maximum of 90 hours, depending on the use. So keep that in mind.
Oh, I thought the kind that I showed you.
Yeah.
I thought it was 8 hours.
Well, you know what? It's the filter. The mask, like the ones I've got coming, are washable, but the filters themselves will last.
I also bought those cloth washable type ones, but I bought those for working on a farm.
Right. That's different.
That's different.
Fumes and pollen and stuff. Those will work, but
that's just for my back home, like when I'm cutting grass and shit.
Right.
Hay fever. But but the other masks I bought, I have those other surgical type masks as a backup for whatever, and I plan on trying to get some more of those. I'm curious about those 3M N95. They're the 8210, which is what I got.
Uh-huh.
The serial number 8210.
Uh-huh.
But they have another one that's 8210V, and that's for a valve. It's got that little valve in the front.
Those are the filters. Yeah, those are the ones I've ordered up. It's got the
those
valve
are supposed to be. Yeah, the valve is supposed to be for like if you're
exhaling,
working harder, you need better air.
Right.
Exhaling.
Right.
Like if it's hot outside.
Correct.
And I thought
you might, or Terry, get on Amazon, have them shipped to your house now. I was just on Amazon looking to buy some more filters, and they're getting harder and harder to find.
That's a good idea. I think I might do that.
Do it now and have them waiting at the house for you.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if it's going to get as bad here as it is there, but for the time being, no test vaccine will be ready till April. That's just a phase 1 test vaccine for it. And they
90 days is a general.
And if they have a working vaccine, it will take almost a year for it to get into full production and then distributed. God help us if it does, if they can't get it under control.
See, that's why these things are so bad, because trying to distribute shit is like fucking impossible.
Have you seen?
I mean, those 6 month prediction things, they say like the whole fucking world would die.
I know. Tell me about it.
Or not the whole world. What was it? 30 million or 60 million, something like that.
I don't know, but it's not good. Have you noticed any panic buying among the population yet, other than the mask? Are the Thais buying the mask too, or is it just the Chinese?
I don't see Thais wearing more masks than they normally do. To be honest, I see more masks being worn today than I did, say, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
nothing out of the ordinary.
But not like I don't see any rush. The only thing I've heard was the Chinese. Every store says the Chinese. That they're buying everything.
They're buying it because the medical resources in China at the Wuhan province is exhausted. They're screaming. They're screaming for more everything.
And it probably is. And
I agree.
It's like this Chinese New Year is coming to a close. So, Thailand is like us going to Hawaii or the Caribbean. So, that's the way China does. China, Russia, Europe, going to Thailand is like going to Mexico for vacation during the winter.
Huh.
And just the equivalent for them. And so right now, Chinese New Year is coming to a close, and people are going to be going back. Well, you can see there are groups. When I say groups, I mean like 3 or 4, 5, 10. I mean, they're probably families, but they're, or they're all a group of college kids, like I saw one.
Huh.
So it's like,
The Thai media, is that government controlled or is that private enterprise. They can
It's-
broadcast what they want.
It's a pseudo thing. It's they love their freedom of speech and freedom of the press,
Uh-huh.
but push comes to shove, especially if the king gets involved, they'll hand it over if they have to.
Really? Let me ask you this.
Because-
Do you trust
because
the
it's
Thai
like-
media?
It's like the Parliament. It's like England.
Right.
It's the same thing as England. They like their freedom of press and everything too. But if the BBC needs to be handed over to the government, they will hand it over.
Let me ask you this. Do you trust the Thai media to tell you what's going on?
As much as any other media, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
Okay, fair enough.
Because, I mean, to be honest, I don't trust any media. BBC, American, any other country, I don't trust them any more than anybody else. Because they tell the news that they want to tell, and some things are expanded, like, what do you call it? Exaggerated.
Yeah.
And some things are downplayed.
Wow. All right.
So it's just like anything else.
All right. You didn't register at the U.S. Embassy when you got into Thailand?
No, we don't do that.
You might want to consider it.
Well, we're just going from here to Korea.
Yeah.
Hasn't been this big outbreak thing, so
Well, Korea's
not
a lot
like-
closer to China, my friend.
true.
You
And
might-
we will be in Seoul, Korea. And that pharmacist guy, he gave something that crossed my mind too.
What's that?
Was it might be safer to not be in the airport for that small layover because
true.
that's where all the international travelers are going.
No, he's right.
Especially coming to the close of the Chinese New Year.
All right, so do this. Find a place close but off-site.
Yeah, we're just going to find some shopping district, some, not too crowded,
Somewhere where Terry can take his nap.
somewhere where Terry can go get me some sake or some shit, soju or whatever. 'Cause I told my wife, I said, we will be hitting something that's close to vodka because, alcohol is good for you and, to ward off sickness. I still have about
That's
a
your
quart of
hillbilly
moonshine.
talking there.
I still have a quart of moonshine. I snuck in 3, the large bottles of vodka. I snuck in 3 of those through immigration.
I'm gonna
only-
call TSA to keep an eye on your ass and search you very well when you get back.
Yeah, I'm only allowed like 1 or 2 liters. I snuck
If
in,
nothing else, you can use it for disinfectant.
I use it as a great mouthwash.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I do, but no, it's it's 100 proof, all of it, and I still have a quart left.
Oh,
And I got 1 week to go, so
1 week.
I don't plan on having any. I don't plan on having any left over when I leave.
So when Terry goes to visit his in-laws, Terry says, "I must have my alcohol to get me through the 1 month period." Okay.
No, I brought this much because we share it like my wife's college friends, and they're a bunch of wild animals when they get together. And
Wild animal.
then there's
savages.
some family and friends, people we know, and I share some, and I give them a quart for this guy and a quart for that guy, and
You should barter it for mask.
you could, yeah.
I don't say. Oh.
But it's just a good thing. That's all. It's a fun thing. Come from Missouri, you're a hillbilly guy, brings your own moonshine, and it's like mine's good stuff compared to some of the other local stuff.
Oh,
Mine's like-
okay. So you leave Korea.
Mine's like professional grade compared to these guys.
Okay, so you leave Korea. Where do you go from there?
Atlanta.
You fly to Atlanta? What's that? Another 19-hour flight?
I think it's 16.
Oh, good God.
At Stag Arms, there is no weak side. Our rifles are 100% American made, including each and every part assembled. We aim to provide recreational shooters, law enforcement officers, hunters, and professional shooters with super quality and competitively priced rifles. Every rifle shipped is built to order. Check out Stag Arms now. Log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com and click on the Stag Arms banner.
Times are changing. The circus of politics, healthcare's low standards and high prices, and let's not forget food quality. What to do? Arm yourself with Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com. In a world of chemical imbalance and poor air and water quality, it's time you make a move. Log on to GetTheTea.com and stock up on organic non-GMO supplements. Don't forget the tea. Cleansing your body never felt so good. And we have a brand new tea called Takedown Tea, which helps support healthy glucose. All natural body support so you can be at your best, naturally. All you have to do is log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. We're not a fad that comes and goes. We are the real deal. Join us and armor up. GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. Changing America's health one tea bag at a time.
Okay, so you leave Korea. Where do you go from there?
Atlanta.
You fly to Atlanta? What's that, another 19-hour flight?
I think it's 16.
Oh, good God.
Oh, man, it kills me. I hate that fucking...
Oh, good God. So you got to fly to Atlanta, and then from there to St. Louis?
And then from there into Springfield.
Oh, Springfield,
Missouri, which is only like an hour away from the house. We got friends of ours that are. He has an extra storage building. We drove in. He lives in Springfield, and we have our car in his extra storage.
I gotta tell you, man, a 16-hour flight. Hell, when I flew to Hawaii, I was ready to strip my clothes off and burn them in the aisle. Oh, good God.
I mean, seriously, when it comes to the 2 or 3 hour flight, I can fall asleep before we take off, and literally not wake up until we land on the ground, and it bounces me and makes me wake up. Right. And I will sleep that 2 or 3 hours. But a 16-hour, I might doze off for an hour, but the rest of the time, my security is way up.
Oh,
I can't. Too many people milling around.
I know, I get it.
And the seats are too small, so
they're always too small.
It's not like I can. Really
it's only an 18-inch. It's only an 18-inch seat. They're not made for human beings.
It's about as comfortable as being in trouble at Grandma's house, and you better sit in that chair for as long as she wants you to.
My lawnmower cuts a wider swath than the airline seats are wide. Oh, good God!
I think my lawnmower seat is wider than that damn airline seat.
Oh, good God. Yeah, I was in one of those seats from Honolulu to Los Angeles. Oh, good God. Oh,
your ass hurt, wouldn't it?
You can't move. And people, like I said, people are getting up and moving. It's like, sit your ass down.
There's too much going on.
There is too much going on. People are moving around. You don't know what the hell. You know what? Oh, God, 16 hours.
And I just can't. I can't sleep. I might get an hour. Oh. I might get 2 hours, but it won't be more than 2 hours. It won't be no more than 2 hours. There's no way. Never. I've taken these routes many times, and it's never more than 2 hours in that whole 16-hour time. But by the time that I finally arrive, I will sleep the whole fucking day, and then into the night.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of
Because
it.
I'm exhausted. I'll be fine. I can manage. We'll carry on. You know what I mean?
All
But
right.
then as soon as I can relax, I will fucking. And then I'll hit this time where I'll just crash. And it's like, okay, I'm going down for the count. Everybody stop talking to me because I'm don't want to be rude.
Oh,
That's what.
good God.
And then that's it. I know better.
Yep.
Go take a shower. Get ready. Go on. Just go to bed. Just go to bed. Because I know. My wife is fine. She can sleep like no problem. Like a drunken sailor. I mean, she just crashes.
Fuck.
But I'm the one cussing.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's like, I was thinking, it'd be interesting.
What?
Terry Kaas is in Asia, and we do a show.
Right. We're doing one now.
It's like that, right?
We're doing it now.
Like if we,
I'm recording it
are
now.
you are you serious?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. I was way ahead of you, brother, and I just got up a half hour before you got a hold of me. In fact, I'm out of coffee.
Seriously?
I'm out of coffee, man. I want
Seriously,
you to know.
you're recording this? You're really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's going to be a special edition.
Howdy, everybody.
It's going to be a special edition. You're the man on the ground. You're about as close. There's about as close to China as anybody I know is going to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just found out that this outbreak in China started to occur in late November, and the media didn't pick up on it at all till around January 3rd. So this thing's been festering and adapting and mutating before anyone actually knew what the hell was actually going on.
Really?
Yeah, and the Chinese doctor that worked on the SARS epidemic, he was their leading epidemiologist, was in Wuhan, ground zero, to start looking for stuff, trying to figure out what it is. He died. They got pictures of him.
Oh, yeah.
They got pictures. They got video of him laying in the hallway. Now, either he died from the virus or he died from exhaustion. They're not sure what, but he ain't with them anymore. And that's a loss. That's a loss for all of us.
Having a flu.
Damn. It ain't good. That's for damn sure.
I'm trying to educate people here, and
Do they take you seriously?
What is this thing? No, yeah, people are listening, but of course, it has to be translated by my long-haired translator, i.e., my wife. But it's like I'm trying to educate people, like, this is the same thing as the flu. Well, it's just that it's a type of flu that's extremely dangerous. It's like the Spanish flu was the flu, but that was an H1N1 type virus, and that's what the Spanish flu was.
Okay, Canada is now announcing they have their second presumptive case of coronavirus.
Oh, wow.
That's in Ontario.
But I don't think this is not over. I think when it all smoke clears, China is going to look bad again, because they're not. I truly believe that they're not telling the whole story. And also, that pharmacist guy from New Jersey I talked to, he says, but there's another thing. A lot of local people like to save face with their local regions, the mayor, whatever, of that region. And they just don't have the type of emergency management training and to collect the numbers correctly through ignorance, not through on purpose. But also, they like to save face. Well, no, we're doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. But
you're right.
When they find out, heads roll.
Well, that's the difference. And the mayor of Wuhan has offered to resign, And this is the difference between
I offered to resign.
Chinese politicians. They take personal responsibility, whereas, say, American politicians try to dissolve responsibility to everyone around them other than them. That's the big difference. So, yeah. Because they want
i.e. Flint, Michigan.
There you go.
Great example.
It's everybody's fault but mine, and everybody points fingers. In China, the Chinese politicians take personal responsibility. So and they have finally admitted, by the way, the local government, that they have been suppressing the numbers after they were told by the party in Beijing, do not do that. We need to know everything.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
And they should. They should.
Well, you would think so.
Really.
But people being people, no one wants to lose their job. No one wants to take responsibility. And nobody wants to be seen as the bad guy. We want to put the best face we can to preserve our lifestyle that we know.
Yeah. Saving face and things like this is huge in Asia.
Guess what? I got a feeling the party in Beijing doesn't give a flying flip. They're going to put people on the wall for this. People are going to be put against the wall. They are not putting up with this crap. But that doesn't absolve them from suppressing the true numbers, which are it's over 100,000 now.
I would be surprised, honest to God.
It's going to be a lot more.
I would be surprised if it's at least 50,000 plus. I mean, seriously, that's being conservative.
That is being conservative, and I agree with you.
Now, my wife is here.
Hey, Pam.
I want to ask her a few questions here. Hey, Pam.
Right.
Hey, all right. Now, do you think Thai people are really concerned about the virus that's coming out of China? Are they talking about it at all?
Yes. They talk about it.
Are they scared? Or are they just like, oh, did you hear about China? Or what? How do they talk about it?
They're just more prepared than before, but not really. What is that? Excited.
They're just becoming aware of it,
right,
but they're not really.
But not really.
They're not really that concerned.
But they're not. Yeah, it's a lack of serious concern. Okay.
They don't feel the pressure. But I tell you what, if they're smart, they're going to be like us. We look at masks and stuff like that, you know.
No, if you don't have them in your supply catch now, you need to get them in there. It's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them.
I mean, I have some surgical masks.
So do I.
Yeah, I have a big medical thing.
Right.
And supply. I have a big medical supply, and I have some surgical masks. But I went and bought more because, for one thing, they're cheaper, and here, and also while we're on that subject, I also bought other medical supplies that are cheaper here than they are in the States, like about the replacement blade scalpel.
Oh, the X-Acto knives, yeah.
Life is unpredictable, but you can count on Valley Food Storage to help you and your family prepare. With clean, natural, great-tasting, and long-lasting food storage, with our natural and nutritious freeze-dried food, you'll be storing the food you love to eat. Log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com and click on the Valley Food Storage banner. Proper has made tactical gear with a purpose for over 50 years, since their first U.S. Navy contract in 1967. Today, Proper designs and manufactures professional-level tactical apparel and gear for military, law enforcement, and public safety professionals and civilians, whether in the service, on the job, or off for the weekend. Log on to ContraRadioNetwork.com and click on the Proper banner now.
No, it's a stainless steel handle, and you can replace the blades for scalpel blades.
Huh.
You just clip it on.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but it's all, there's stainless steel handles. You sterilize everything. I got a couple handles. I got 3 different ones, and I got 4 different blades. A total of 40 scalpel blades. All stainless steel. Really good. Packed really good. Everything. And what do you call it? Clamps. Some special scissors for like curved scissors. I got syringes, needles, IV tubing and needles, surgical trays, stainless steel surgical trays, and things like that. I tried looking for sutures. I can't find sutures. Nobody sells sutures. I have some. I have a couple of them, but it's like I want to get some more, just in case. I also got those 3M, those 3M bandages for when you have a cut.
Yeah.
It's like a suture.
Yeah, those are nice.
But it's not. Over here they cost $1.60 each. So I'm like, that's a good price. So I bought a bunch of them. The larger ones, or like the medium ones and the smaller ones. Like the smaller ones, that'd be good for like your face or something.
Right.
Or something like that, back of your hand maybe. But they're good in a pinch,
Right.
And this year, the boys, my youngest son has finished high school.
Yeah.
And we're doing paperwork now for him to go in the Army, and kicking him out of the house. So it's like he lives on his own now.
Yeah.
He's 20 now, and I tell you what, when he moved out, our food bill went in half.
Imagine that.
I mean, God, that boy. It's like keeping a horse, it's a horse that won't ride. It's like, why do I feed your ass? So it's like our food bill went way down, and so we're kind of like empty nesting, and it just happened to be just before we left, we started thinking about this because we ran into this idea about growing elderberry several years ago.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And I was like, no, not now. It's not a good time, this and that. Well, now's a good time. Now's a good time. And I can put more dedication into that. Plus, elderberry elderberry juice is better than Tamiflu. You can, I invite people to look it up. Elderberry versus Tamiflu. They've done clinical studies. If you have the flu for, say, 7 days, and you take it, you're supposed to take this kind of antiviral medicine in the onset of the illness. So as soon as you start feeling like, I think I got the flu, start taking your medicine, Mm-hmm. So,
well, you're not farming
it's like
you're not going to farm anything until you get back to the farm, anyways.
Yeah. But it's like
unless you get Ernie to do it.
No, no. So it's like so we're going to do that this year and grow some elderberry. You can make good money just growing elderberry. Now, the majority of our elderberry is always imported from Europe. Missouri is one of the leading states in the country that for growing elderberry.
Terry berries.
Terryberry. Yeah, I like that. But like, so we're looking into doing that, and it's extremely effective. Oh, what I was saying was, say for example, they did clinical trials on these things, testing them out. If you had the flu for like 7 days, and you took Tamiflu, you would still be sick for 6 days.
Yeah, all Tamiflu does is suppress the symptoms. It doesn't cure you.
It does have some antiviral properties to it, but it also has a lot of side effects, like hallucinations, psychosis, and death.
Oh, that's nice.
And but elderberry is a lot safer, but it'll cut it down to where now you're only sick for 3 or 4 days.
Uh-huh.
It cuts it down. It's more effective than Tamiflu.
Okay.
And Tamiflu, if you want to buy it, it's like about $150 for a 10-day regimen.
Well,
and elderberry is a lot less.
All right.
And so it's like we're going to be doing that. And elderberry is not even, it's hardly what you call infant stage here in Thailand. But we're thinking that'd be good, especially with all these virus and illnesses coming up, bird flu, pig flu, all these things going on.
Right.
This might be a good time to get into antiviral medications like elderberry.
Well,
it's been used since Socrates?
Well, I don't know. All right. So you're due to leave Thailand when? On the 3rd?
The 3rd.
You got 6 more days in paradise.
Yes.
And then
the weather is just awesome.
Yeah, KMA, baby.
There's no ice, no snow out here.
KMA. That's all I can tell you.
So we're suffering, but I'm sure we could pull. I'm sure we could pull through.
I hope your 16-hour flight is the flight from hell.
I know there's a lot more you want to say.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're gonna make a big go of this elderberry thing.
All right.
Plus, it's really good.
Well, you better start doing your marketing
medicine
stuff when you get back.
Like shit hit the fan type medicine.
Yeah.
Like when
we may get a chance to use that before you get your first harvest in.
But it's like, what do you do when shit hits the fan or an economic collapse?
We can watch China go down. Well, yeah, you got to find.
You need something that you can use, something you can barter, something you can make, something you can sell, and there's a lot of herbal stuff. We live on 23 acres, so it's like we got perfect property for this.
Right.
And in our own well.
That's it.
And so it's like we're going to try to make a go out of this. We're going to see what happens.
All right.
I think that'd be cool.
All right. Anything else you want to tell the people?
Then we're gonna see if we can grow it here in Thailand.
Well, there you go. I don't see why.
And then hit the Asian market. Well, they import everything from Europe.
Really?
Yeah, all that stuff is coming from Europe.
Well, we'll see.
But hey, this. This is not over. If I were you, I would start stocking it. Make sure you got
sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer, right?
Yeah.
When you're out and about.
And don't shake hands with people.
Just like the flu, okay? Don't put your hands in your eyes, your nose, your mouth, right? Right. Just like the flu.
And don't shake hands with people.
You use Well, you can, but you judge who you shake hands with.
I don't.
But use hand sanitizers when you're out and about. You're on a bus or a subway, whatever. You're grabbing the rails. You're on an escalator. You grab the rail when you ride up.
Oh,
whatever.
No, that's true.
Use hand sanitizers often, and then, but they've also done studies. There was some medical study about which is more effective. Washing your hands is more effective than hand sanitizers.
Did you say wash?
I'm from Missouri.
There's no R in that word. Fuck.
Move down here, and we'll fix you. But it's like you wash your hands, and it's more effective than hand sanitation.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't shake hands with people because I don't know where the hell their hands have been. And they don't know where mine have been. Let's be honest about it. You sure as hell don't want to grab their hand. And for all you know, they could have been picking their ass before they shook hands with you. Or picking their nose. Who the hell knows? I don't. I tell them that. I say, it's not that I don't want to shake hands with you, but I don't. You know what? Cold and flu season.
You don't know what dog they've been petting.
Yeah. What monkey they've been spanking. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Just talking about this.
Okay.
Take a little bit of moonshine right now.
Okay. So let's get this straight. So on the 3rd, you will be in Korea. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.